Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection Workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars, it's about keeping you rolling and saving you money, giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood, from the classics to the commuters, the weird noises to the what the heck moments. We've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is the Alamo. How did that get in there? No, this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, a few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we're shifting into Motormouth's Morning Drive. So get your favorite morning beverage lined up if you're in the queue for the drive-through. We've almost made it to the weekend. We're on the cusp. We're sliding into home base, and it's looking good. And the heat's dropped off a little bit. And the humidity, I'm in favor of that. Anybody joining me? Let me know in the email their comments on our podcasts and our YouTube channels. You know, to me, 70-ish with very little humidity, if any, I prefer a zero, is my favorite day. So hope you're having a great day so far. It is slide into the weekend, so double check your order. Look at it from north, south, east, and west and make sure it's okay before you leave the takeout window. That's when things happen and go south very, very quickly. We have a lot to talk about this morning, so prepare your morning beverage. If you're new to the channel, to the podcast, share us with those in your family that are car enthusiasts that enjoy taking care of their ride and saving money. Because you guys are doing it. That's what it takes. We're going to be talking about some of that this morning, and I'll share a couple of little stories, and hopefully it encourages you to get off your butt and get the little things done, because it matters. And when you do that, guess what happens? You have a reliable piece of transportation called an automobile, and it's a piece of equipment. That's what it is. It's not just an automobile, friends. It's a piece of equipment. And I think, and compare cars today and the reliability, nothing's reliable. Nothing. Go and buy a brand new one. Why do they put warranty on it? Because they know it's going to break. Is it reliable then? Why do they need the warranty? Why do they need to have a parts department at the dealership where you buy their product? If it's reliable, then why do they need those things? Just asking. It's kind of like I used to ask my mom, Mom, like when it's raining and the sheep are outside, how come they don't shrink? And she'd say, because elephants have big feet. Okay. I still didn't get an answer to that after all these years. So, why does that happen? And, she'd say, don't play with that stick and run around with that, because you'll fall and you'll poke your eye out. And I go, Mom, if I fall with the stick and the stick goes into my eye, aren't I poking it in? And then she goes, you're just being a smart aleck. I go, I think you'd have to take the stick and put it up your nose and then poke your eye out. Bloop. She goes, well, just don't play with the stick and don't fall down, okay? See, that's how my mind went from being very young, was looking at the mechanical side of things, the basics. So that's what we're going to be sharing, some of that, along with some past stories that you may find interesting that will help you on your journey to owning and operating an older automobile. And, my friend John was here, left his vehicle here for a couple of weeks while they were away, and I had an opportunity to do, there was specific work to do, and then there was an opportunity to kind of look at things and let them know what's going on, and found some things that really need to be taken care of. So today I'll look up the parts and send them a text and say, collect this stuff together. We need to get on this so it doesn't get away from us, because we don't want that to happen. We want to stay ahead of things. So we'll have the daily weather in just a moment. So let me know when you've got your morning beverage ready. I've made a few adjustments to my morning herbals, and I'm liking it. I'm on it now. I like the flavor. It's going to happen real well. So I have another Motormouth summer tech tip for you today. Number 20, trickle charger for the weekend warrior. And I have a little story I can share about my pops on that. So stick around for that. I have 5 things for you this morning in episode 224. And this one's entitled Keeping You Running. Not cool runnings. Although I do have some cool runnings in my baking pantry. I like to bake, and I need to really make some more. I've run out of peanut butter cookies. Yeah, that's a panic mode. Absolutely. And I have some vanilla extract made by Cool Runnings. Interesting, huh? The weird things you find. So today, I'm going to be your cool running and keep you running. So I have 5 things for you. So get your crayons ready. If you're new to the channel, let your friends know they can download us and hook in to Motormouth Morning Drive on all podcast platforms, including Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Podbean. Just type in the search box, Car Connection Workshop. You'll find us. All our podcasts upload every single day to our YouTube channel. And all those links are on the homepage of our platform if you'd like to follow us. And if you'd like to follow the build and repair work that we do with Car Connection and our Car Connection Workshop, all that is available to you. Well over 500 items for you to listen to and watch as we put 3 new videos up every single week. 2 on Tuesday, 1 on Friday. And keep an eye. I sent out another YouTube short. My friend Angus, who dropped off a Simon, he dropped Simon off for me to fix him, see if we can bring him back to life. That's the pressure washer he inherited from his pops. And lo and behold, we got that baby back up and running. It's performing well. He drops another one off and goes, "Here, I'll drop this off. Somebody gave it to me, and would you like it?" And I go, "Yeah, let's see what we can do with it." So I did a little short to show you what I'm up against. But you'll have to stay tuned to see if I can bring this thing back to life, because if I can, that's money in your pocket, baby. Absolutely. You know, I take stuff that people cast off all the time, and you know what happens? I turn it into something amazing, just with a little effort. So we're going to talk about that effort this morning and how that can pay you back tenfold. So don't forget, we have our Car Connection maintenance schedule kits. They're ready to go out the door. It's not $1 million. We have an extra special discount for those who are subscribed. So check that out in the description box on our YouTube channel videos and our podcasts. So on the top right-hand corner of our homepage, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, that's where you can tap into the information and join us with now more ways for you to watch, listen, and engage. So top right-hand corner is going to be the place where you take your cursor and you click till you drop. So click on our YouTube channel and make sure you're subscribed. If you're not, we're trying to get to our first 1,000 subscribers, and we're getting excited because we're a little over the halfway point. And once we get to the 1,000, we're going to be able to take those things that are ideas and actually begin to see them come true. And that's amazing. We want to be able to give away a muscle car every single year, work on it throughout the weekend, and have it available for the summer months, ready to go and ready for you to purchase a ticket. All proceeds will go to a local nonprofit faith-based organization that's doing what we don't have time to do, and that is to feed people, take care of them, love on them, nurture them, and help them in any way they possibly can. So that's one of the big goals. The next goal is to be able to take vehicles in, provide the labor at no cost, and by that time we hope that we have some parts stores that are willing to throw parts at us when we need them, to keep those vehicles running for those families that are really down and out. And we've been able to do that this last 2 weeks, is take care of some business. And it's a stretch because we don't have the monetization yet. So I say all that to say this: help us out. Help Skippy and I reach our goal of our first 1,000, and then we're out of the gate. And away we go. So thank you so much for subscribing. And we say thank you by making our Car Connection maintenance schedule available to all you who have subscribed and are subscribed to the podcast. A pretty substantial discount to get your Car Connection maintenance schedule package. So you can view that on a profile page on our website, see all the particulars about the Car Connection fleet maintenance schedule, and get one for yourself. Maybe get one for your kids and get them going on vehicle maintenance. Because remember this, mums and dads, kids will do 20% of what you do right and 100% of what you do wrong. Yeah, it's actually more like 10%. 10% of what you do right and 100% of what you do wrong. So make sure you're teaching them by showing them. And what you can do for them right now is to teach them, don't drive that car like you stole it. Don't let your buddies intimidate you to driving it like it's, it has no value, and beating it up. And get them involved in the repairs and maintenance. What's that called? Skin in the game. You need to get them on skin in the game. Because then you know what happens, moms and dads? They won't let their friends intimidate them to beating their cars to pieces. And I see it in the neighborhood here because we have a high school not too far away. And I see the same kids in the same vehicles. And I'll tell you what, every time I see the kid in the vehicle is worse than the time I saw it previously. So let's teach them by showing them. If you teach them that you don't care and don't give a crap about your car, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be stuck in the car game. Do you want that to happen to them, where they're stuck in the car game making car payments for the rest of their stinking life? So let's not get into that today, but we will. We will get into it. It needs to be unpacked. You've got to teach your kids by showing them. That's what I did with my apprentices. Teach them by showing them. Don't stand there spitting in their face. Teach them by showing them. And then they have to do what you're showing them. And that's how they learn. That's how we all learn. No discipline, we have chaos. Hey, check it out. Isn't that where we are right now? Where there's no discipline, there's chaos. When there's the automobile, if there's no discipline to take care of it, it turns into junk. Then I usually grab it and clean it up, fix it, and flip it. Yeah, to a family that's looking for, that's the vehicle they can afford, a few $1,000s. You try and find a vehicle that you don't need to put any money in, under $5,000. If you can pull that off, and it needs nothing, it's ready to go down the road, certified, licensed, down the road, then you're a better man than I am. And I got 45 years in the automotive service and repair business, from Mack trucks all the way down to piddly little cars, the jelly bean cars we're seeing today. So let's get into our morning beverage, and let's unpack this thing this morning before I go off on a major tangent. We don't want to do that. Might not even come back from that. Who knows? So top right-hand corner, you've got our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. That's where you'll find articles. They placed me, Skippy, our videographers put that website together years ago now. I think it's about 7 years old. Gets about 20,000 visits a month. And that connects the businesses in Stevensville to the community and vice versa. Community to the businesses. That's fabulous. So she put us in the expert automotive section, and that's where you'll see articles, bloopers, reels, and stuff like that on Instagram, Facebook, and Stevensville on the web. Lots to do in Stevensville, including the zoo. The zoo is there. Safari Niagara, a great place to take the kids for summer. So hook into that. Stop by. There's some of my favorite eateries in town there. And say hello. Say hello and have a great time. And we've got our iHeartRadio icon there. We're on all platforms, so it doesn't matter. But mothership is iHeartRadio. And what else we have there? We have our merch store. That's right. People are asking, do you have any Motormouth merch? Yes. Top right-hand corner, you can go right into our store, select what you like, get yourself a Car Connection morning beverage mug, and have a swiggy with us in your favorite Motormouth beverage mug. How about that? That'd be pretty classic. And then take a picture of some of the gear you're wearing. You know, wear our brand with pride and send us a pic. And let's get the wall of fame started. Shall we? Yes. Shall we dance? No. Do not hug me. Thank you. So what's next? I think that's pretty much it. And crayons, leaf bag, let's go. Let's get this done. On 3, 2, 1, let's have our morning swiggy. We're going to jump right into our daily weather, and we're going to get this thing unpacked this morning because my job is to keep you running. Keep you running in several different ways. So get your Car Connection maintenance schedule kit. That is going to be the foundation of putting money back in your pocket. I can't do it all for you. I can only do some. And by getting yourself the maintenance schedule, you're reading off the same roadmap I'm working with. Do you understand what I'm saying? It ain't no sales pitch. But I'll tell you what, it's invaluable. That list is invaluable because that's how I keep everything rolling and everything organized is through my very own Car Connection maintenance schedule. I use it myself. You can ask Skippy. She even said in one video, between videos, she goes, you like really do this stuff. I go, this isn't a program where it's do as I say, not as I do. This is what I've been taught. This is my life since age 13. I'm a car enthusiast, and I understand how you keep them going. And I understand that, you know what, it takes a lot of money to continually buy them over and over and over again. I don't have to replace my weed whacker or my leaf blower or my pressure washer. Why? Maintenance. Or my chainsaws. My chainsaws provide us with wood to heat the house all winter. Do I treat them like garbage? You better not. They're worth a stinking fortune to replace them. $1,000. You got a spare $1,000 to just go and, well, that thing's a piece of junk now. Well, that's why I let people drop something off like Angus did, that pressure washer. Let's see if we can bring that thing back to life. And I can't let the cat out of the bag. You're going to have to watch the video on it. But you know what? You're going to be really surprised at how quick things can get turned around. Somebody just treats the thing like garbage, and I drag it in. The cat drags it in, and let's see what we can do with it. That's how I ended up with a really nice generator. There you go. Guy said, yeah, I know what's wrong with it. He said, I took it into the shop. They don't even know what's wrong with it. If you want it, he says, here's where it is. In fact, when you come over, we'll climb in the truck. We'll go get it. Thanks for the big generator. Yeah, it took me just a little bit of time to figure it out and what they did and what they broke, taking it apart, fixed it, bam. A really nice, smart generator for free. So let's get into it. On 3, 2, 1, it's morning swiggy time, and I'm excited because this one tastes good. I got it now. I think I forgot a few things, but made a few adjustments, and we're good. It's just like a car. Make a few adjustments, and we're good. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. That's right on the money. I didn't write down the instructions. I'll have to figure it out again. Perfect. That gets my motor running and takes care of all the workings. And then I'll have coffee after the program. So let's say thank you to our certified financial planning professionals, Tony Miele, Larry Tetro, for making that possible this morning and making this program available to you. Because without our 3 program partners, we wouldn't be able to do this because we're not monetized. That means somebody's got to help us at least cover the expenses, and that's what we've been doing for quite a few years right at the moment. So it's time for this plane to leave the runway. So thank you to Tony and Larry, 50 years experience as fiduciaries. They are both certified financial planning professionals. Tap into their wealth of knowledge. They're with IG Wealth Management, one of the major corporations handling trillions of dollars for people. So whether you have $1 or $1 million, these guys have the smarts to turn things around for you. And you're not going to tell them anything they haven't heard before. Trust me. I've known them 20 years. I've worked with them 20 years as my own financial planners. And I'll tell you what, don't give up on yourself. Just because you got a pile of debt on your head, don't take advice from those around you whose feet are not standing where you want to be. Exactly. Because there's negative Nellies and negative Normans. And they don't want to see you get ahead of them because it makes them look bad. Because they're lazy. They become complacent. So you got to do what my professor would always say, you need to learn how to do what others won't so you can get where others can't. And they won't because of complacency. Get that hour and a coffee. Get that discovery meeting lined up. Put your questions on the table and lay out all the cards to either Tony Miele or Larry Tetro. Let's get your things sorted out and turned around and get your vehicle aimed in the right direction. If you're sailing, you want to make sure that the wind is to your sail, right? Not to your back. So we need to get your ship upright and into the wind so we can get you smooth sailing. Let them look at your bank investments and get them the heck out of there so that you can actually make some money, not pittance. Take care of your debt. Get your estate properly planned for. Make sure you're the health proxy for your 18-year-old kids at home. Get yourself a decent mortgage with people who actually give a damn. And number 3, is that 3? I don't know. Life insurance, critical illness insurance may seem like an expense, but when you need it, folks, it's a wise investment. So don't look at it as an expense. Anything you can look at as an expense. Oh, fixing the car, that's an expense. Oh, that's broken, I got to fix that. That's an expense. Well, when you need it to perform and perform well. That's a wise investment. So get into that. Leave your money at home. The guys aren't going to sell you anything. It's not a sales pitch because these guys, they're getting ready to wind things down. They've been at it over 50 years. They don't need any more clients. But if you want to work with them, they have a team that will take you on. How cool is that? So there's options for you. That's what I'm talking about. There's options. There's always a way if you want to find a way. No matter what it is. There's always options. I don't do opinion polls. I just run ideas past my negative Normans and see what they think. And when they say, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, Motormouth. Thanks, guys. I got to go. Because now I know I can put the pieces of puzzle together because it's going to work. Because everything that they naysay, it works. Then they go, well, I never thought it would work like that. Yeah. It's kind of I can tell you a story about the fellas that when the first steam engine rolled out in their top hats and their big overcoats and everything, and they hear this thing starting up. They go, they'll never get it started. And then it starts moving down the track And then what do they say? Well, they'll never get it stopped. That's what we're talking about. Well, today's weather report, 52 degrees now and clear. It is very clear out there, but dark here on the south shores of Lake Erie. Wind is making it feel cooler, about 47 degrees. Clear conditions will continue all day, and today's temperature range in the Niagara region and south shores of Lake Erie, 50 to 75 degrees. That's my temp. Overnight lows. I had the windows open last night, shut down the air conditioner. I think it was almost ready to go into Chernobyl meltdown. And that's a nice time to have the windows open, nice breeze off the lake, and 75 degrees during the day. So you're not melting. And the compressor's running. I guess I left that on yesterday. Well, there you go. You can't think about everything. So the high for today is 75. Yesterday we tapped out at 70. Beautiful weather. This is a weather where you're not melting into the asphalt and the blacktop, and you can actually breathe a little bit. Thank you to all our program partners. Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, Building Canada since 1931. And they're building a foundation for us here and helping us with our podcasts and our YouTube channel. So thank you to Kathy, David, and Dan Grimo, the Next Gen. They can help you with your building project. So if you're looking to put up a block building, you need to build a foundation, right? They can help you with all that, and steel and rebar, all those things that you need to put that building together. And they are experts at hardscape landscaping. They have all the materials to make that backyard space you've always wanted, that outdoor living space, come true. So connect with Kathy Grimo, and she can refer you to contractors that they know can get the job started and get it done. Design it, estimate it, and get you on your way to enjoying that beautiful backyard space. Thank you to Mama Louise and her awesome car enthusiast husband, Earl Grant, Mr. and Mrs. Grant. At City Auto Sales and Leasing, we have a safe place, friends, to go and purchase a vehicle that will be low mileage. And when I say quality vehicles, you just have to look at them online. They're absolutely outstanding. Fair prices. They're Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. That's where you go. Why? Because you can buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. They've got 25 plus years of resources to find that special vehicle that you're looking for. If they don't have it and it's out there and it's any good, Earl will find it. But if he says, we need to sit and wait till the right one comes along, listen to those who have the fruit on the tree. City Auto Sales and Leasing, worth your drive to be able to buy with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. All right, let's jump into my 5 things for you this morning, because I can't do this all day. This isn't Temu. I'm just saying, let's put ourselves in the right category. Summer Tech Tip number 20 coming up as well. Keeping you running is the title I've given this one this morning. First, number 1, I have to share a little story. And then all this falls in line, okay? And I'm going to talk about Orange Crush. Orange Crush is here. She's ready to go back together. So if you've been following the videos, we had a big mouse issue after bringing it out of storage. It hasn't been to one car and coffee on Thursday nights in St. Catharines yet. But things are falling in line now. I've got everything caught up. The rocket's back in the shop, so I can finish that off and get the front bumper painted and get the rocket back together, because that makes a good ride to coffee, cars and coffees. The kids are all over it. 99 Honda Civic DX hatchback. It's red, and I just did an evac and recharge. The air conditioning's so cold, you could hang beef in there. Yeah, you really could. It pulled a 42, almost 38 on high humidity day. So I've been doing some evacs and recharges. I've got one more to go, and that's on Orange Crush. Orange Crush comes with a story. 2003 new Beetle convertible, 5-speed. That was the problem. This thing started out at some friends who are repo people in the biz, in the car biz, and it got repoed, and it was hurt, and it went from one place to another. There's car lots that take in these things, these vehicles that have been repoed, and they're on consignment. So if you sell it, great, you make some money. If you don't, they move them out and they move them around until they find homes for these vehicles. So I was at a client at the time in the area, the local area, and I see this Beetle, and I said, "Hey, what's with the Beetle?" He goes, "You want it?" And I go, "Yeah, it looks pretty decent." I said, "It's got some hurts, but you know what? Anything's fixable. Let's go to my office." He says, "That thing, I'm sick and tired of looking at it. Everybody wants it, but when they see it's a stick, nobody wants it." He says, "It's got to get out of here. I don't want it on the lot anymore." And he goes, "You know this guy?" And I go, "Yeah, I know him. I haven't seen him for years. The repo man." He goes, "Yeah, let's go get him on the phone." So anyways, long story short, we get him on the phone. He's on speakerphone, and he says, "Niall's here with us. Hey, I haven't seen you for years. What's going on?" And, a little natter. And I said, "Yeah, Todd says I have to have this car." And I said, I don't know. I said, "You know what? I don't even know how much you guys want for it, but, man, the thing needs a home." And I said, I'm a Beetle fanatic. And when I was at Volkswagen, that's all I drove was a Beetle. And you know what I liked was I could have a crappy day. You ever have one of those where the whole day sucked from the time your feet hit the floor? Nothing seems to click. Yeah. And everybody seems to be throwing, tinned tomatoes at you, and it hurts. And the day just goes lousy. And you walk up to your Beetle, and they smile at you. Did you know that? You got to check that out. When you walk up to the front of a Beetle, a new Beetle, they're smiling at you. It's kind of like meeting your dog when you get home. They're so excited. They have no idea that you had a day from hell in a handbasket. They greet you, and you forget all about it. And that's what I found with driving a Beetle. I told them, my company car, I want a Beetle. "No, we need you in something more executive." I go, "That's executive enough for me. It's therapy." So I got used to it. And it was like, I really like one of these things. And so that brings us to the discussion in the office at the car lot. It was one of my clients at the time. And like within 15 minutes, my longtime friend says, "You've helped me out in the past, and you know what? Do me a favor. He's driving me crazy. Tell you what, to have that, you got to take the Saab too." And I go, "Oh, that's a nice looking car." He goes, "Nobody wants the stupid thing. It's wait till you see Sabrina. She's gorgeous." And so, anyways, long story short, within minutes, I walk out of there with two cars for $3,500. Yeah, you heard it, $3,500. And then the work begins. So I get a ride out there, and he goes, "You got to get him off of the lot because, he's driving me crazy." And we're all listening to this conversation. He goes, "Yeah, I want him out of here. Like 15 minutes ago would be good. I need room for stuff that sells, not that sits around. And everybody drives me crazy, but nobody wants it. Everybody's looking at it, but nobody wants it." So anyways, that was the deal at the end of the day. I go, "Is that all in?" I said, "I really don't want to." He goes, "Look, you take the two and do me a favor. Would you?" He says, "I owe you." So 35 all in, out the door. Can we get that done? And at the time I could manage it at that time. So boom. Yeah. And within minutes, paperwork was done, and then making arrangements. "You got to have it out of here in 2 days, Niall. You got to get this thing out of here. Get them both out of here." I said, "Well, just put them in the back, and I'll make arrangements." So anyways, long story short, I'm driving the Beetle home. I got the top down, figured out how to do that. And I ended up having to stop to get some fuel. And it was early spring, nice sunny day, but it was cold, and I was determined. I'm driving this thing back to the shop with the top down. And I got thinking about, history. The number of years that I worked for Volkswagen at 80 hours a week for 4 years. Do the math. How many years that actually is. How many weeks. And I hadn't been in a Beetle for quite a while. And I always wanted to get one. I never thought I would. And here it is. I'm driving it home. It was a little emotional. It was like, I got my own stinking Beetle, man. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. I enjoyed that drive home. Let me tell you, every single kilometer, putting that first tank of fuel in there and going, we're going to bring this thing back to life. So you need to go on our YouTube channel. You need to look at Orange Crush. Because if you take the $3,500 and divide it by 2, what did I really pay for it? $1,750. $1,750. Go take a look at Orange Crush. 90% of the car is original paint. Brought it back to life. Pulled the whole nose off the car all winter that year and worked on it. Went through everything, checking this, checking that. Did brakes on the front, shocks on the front. And that was about it. And fixed stuff that was broken that no one else gave a damn about. And you take a look at that car on our YouTube channel. And you tell me you can't bring something back from the brink. Now let's get into the 5 things. So what's that vehicle worth today? I don't know. To me, it's priceless. I really enjoy it. It smiles at you. And you can go topless. Yeah, and really have a good time. Number 1, don't sweat the small stuff. When little stuff breaks and things fall apart, fix them. Don't get all bent out of shape about it. Just figure out what do you got to do to fix it. Find some used parts, but don't let it go. And that's what happened to Sabrina as well, the Saab, the 2000 Saab 9.3 Millennial Silver. That car is outstandingly gorgeous. It is. Wait till you see it. Paid $1,750 for it. That's right. And what I did was all the small stuff, I fixed everything. There's 1 or 2 small items left, and we've already knocked one out, so we got one left to go, and that is figure out how the headliner fastens to the framework for the top when it goes down. Because I have no idea. I don't have a roadmap, so I got to figure that out. And then everything is working like it left the factory. Everything. So don't let those small things get out of your hands. You want to get them all taken care of. When it happens, get on it. Whatever it is. A door seal, a cup holder, a thingamabob, a doohickey. Stay on top of it. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you why. It may sound insignificant. Well, who cares? That's the poison right there. Well, who cares? You should care. You should care. You're the caregiver. That's your automobile. It's a piece of equipment. Fix it. Make sure everything is working all the time. Because when you say, oh, just put it over there for now. What does that room look like in your home? Your garage, your garden shed. Oh, just put it over. Oh, we'll just put it here for now. You know what that means? I'm just putting it out of sight, out of mind, and I ain't never going to deal with it. That's why people are making millions of dollars with storage facilities. That's where I made my mistake. Yeah, I should have got into storage units. Number 2, because people put stuff in there that they don't even know what they have in there, and they make the payments every month. I know people that do it. $300 a month. What's in there? I have no idea. That's what they'll say. You know what? I really have no idea. Well, how long have you been paying for it? 3 years. $300 a month for 3 years. Do the math. To hide what? Stuff that, you know what? You're not staying up all night having to go and find things. You're not going down there, pile driving through the stuff to find out what you have in there, or something that you know is in there and you can't live without it suddenly at 2 o'clock in the morning. Anyways, let's keep going. Don't sweat the small stuff. Let's get it fixed as we're going. Number 2, stay on track with maintaining that automobile. Even after you make the last payment, it doesn't self-heal, it needs parts, and it's not reliable, period. So let's talk about the truth. The truth is, it's all junk, and it's not reliable unless you keep it reliable. That's your job. That's not the manufacturer's job. That's not somebody else's job. That's your job. You have the keys. It's your ride. That's simple. There isn't anything out there that's reliable without maintenance. Nothing. Proof in the pudding. Wait and see if I bring that power washer back to life. The thing's so sad looking. I like, yeah, you got to see the short that I just created. You take a look at it and you go, oh my, you're going to tackle that? Yep. Because you know why? The person said, the tires are all blown out. What the heck? I'm not getting into that. I'll just go get another one. And guess what they'll do? Same thing. Treat it. It'll end up looking like that one does, but wait till I'm done. Stay on track with the vehicle maintenance no matter what. Because unless you got scads of cash, wheelbarrows full of bags of money, that's your ride. Can you replace it tomorrow? Stay the course. No matter what. That's number 3. Stay the course. No matter what. Because again, the alternative is, what's plan B? Do you have a stinking pile of cash that you need to unload and you can just go get another car? Do you see the price of vehicles today? Anybody tuning in to the price? Go to the car lot. Look at the used stuff even. Look at the prices that you're going to pay. And guess what? It's not reliable without maintenance. Because the moment you let the small stuff go, you'll let the bigger stuff go. And that's what we've seen with trucks over the years. Here's the thing, when trucks are flying down the road and having to go in on the weigh scales, and you see some of them getting pulled in, you know why? Because if I was an inspector, and I know how to do their job, because I used to work on a lot of equipment for MTO, they see a broken lens, small stuff that's not fixed, a torn mud flap. Here's what the inspectors know. If you're not fixing that little stuff, you're not doing the big stuff. Pull over there. Then they do a major inspection, and guess what they'll find? They'll find the big stuff because you gave them the clues to let them know that you don't take care of your rig. Light's not working, mud flaps torn, one's hanging. They look for those telltale signs. It means maintenance is not getting done. Then they get pulled over and it's all got to be dealt with. That vehicle does not even leave the weigh scale until it's hauled off by a wrecker to head in for maintenance. Now all that stuff's got to be fixed. Making sense? I hope so. I hope this is making sense for you, because this is money in your pocket. Stay the course. Stay on track. Don't sweat the small stuff. Fix it. Number 4, stay on the maintenance no matter what. The moment you let stuff slide is the death gargle for that automobile. That's it. It's over. And then I'm looking for it, because I'll do all that stuff and get it back out in the hands of a family that goes, we can afford that. Exactly. That's exactly what I do. I haven't done a few of them lately, but I've been fixing stuff up for people that are hurting, man. There's a lot of hurting people out there right now, and we're in this thing together. Division doesn't work for me. Yeah, just listen to the Pink Floyd song, Division Bell. Listen to the words in that song, and you'll know where we're at. And it's time to fix it. It starts with you and me. It really does. Maintenance. Maintaining relationships. Number 5, you do all 1 through 4. 5 automatically comes. You meet your destination. A vehicle that is sound, has sound mind and body, and it's functioning like a Swiss watch, and just keep it going. no matter what, because that's money in the bank. It's paid for. You're not making payments and interest payments on it. You own it. And I don't care if it's worth $1.99 curbside. Who cares? It's a piece of equipment, just like that pressure washer. And that's a great example. That's why I like to show that stuff once in a while, is this made it to the curb. Because why? Somebody wasn't willing to do the small stuff. And then another piece of small stuff. And another piece of small stuff. And the tires are blown out. And they'll just dig into their pocket and trade more time for money and go and get another one. What do you think they do to the next one? Exactly what they did to the last one. It's repeat. It is the definition of insanity. It absolutely is. Doing the same thing over and over and over again, but expecting what? A different outcome. You know, Helen Keller once said, life is either a daring, bold adventure or nothing at all. That's what she said. A deaf, dumb, and blind girl. Life is either a daring, bold adventure or it's nothing at all. You got to be willing to do what the other guy won't in order to move forward. I'm in your corner. I really am. Well, let's wrap up with the Motormouth Summer Tech Tip number 20. Trickle charger for the weekend warrior. And that's my pops. He is dying to get his boat in the water. He's 89 years old. He's going to be 90 years old December the 9th this year. So he said, the battery's dead. I think I'll just go get a new one. I said, no, bring it over to the shop. Let me have a look at it. Guess what? Brought it back to life. Just like that. Just 3-4 days, slowly trickle charging it. Very slow on my battery maintainer first for 12 hours. And then slowly bringing that battery up, and it's perfectly fine. They're $450 now. So he was about ready to just, go online and buy another battery. And I said, no. Let me have at it. And we'll see if this thing can come back. And it did. It's perfectly fine. So if you've got a classic or a second car that only comes out on the sunny Saturdays, keep a trickle charger on that battery. In fact, I would highly suggest you go and get a battery maintainer. That is the prize. It works in milliamps, so you're not baking the battery. Trickle charger is a good idea for temporary, but if you want that battery to stay up, whether it's a camper, a boat, or an automobile that that's your summer ride, it comes out on sunny, dry days, that battery discharges at 2.2% per day, regardless of temperature. It still dumps 2.2 voltages per day. So get a battery maintainer. They're inexpensive. Pops bought his for like $20 online. I got mine from Princess Auto, and it's been going for quite a while, and it does a great job. So I don't say keep a trickle charger on it because that's cooking the battery for way too long. Use a battery maintainer. Summer heat drains the batteries even when you're parked. So remember, 2.2% per day that the vehicle's not being used. That's the battery failing rate, is 2.2%. A little juice overnight keeps your ride ready for the next cruise, and it absolutely does. So thank you for tuning in this morning. I hope I poked you a little bit and didn't poke the bear too hard, but I'm in your corner, and you can do it. Don't sweat the small stuff. Stay the course. Get to your destination, which is to have a reliable piece of equipment called an automobile, no matter how old it is, and save your money. Save that time for money that you're working hard at each and every day at a job. You don't want to be wasting a dollar. If you can, keep it in your pocket. You need to call the dollars home. Connect with our certified financial planners. Get your questions answered. Bring some clarity to your finances and get yourself a game plan there too. Stop struggling it. I'm seeing it all the time. You know what? We don't like to talk about the difficult things, but we do. We need to get them on the table and just stink and deal with it so we can get it off our backs, off our chests, and out of our minds. A clear mind can function better. And an awesome maintained vehicle will take you wherever you want to go. So keep it under 100. Happy, healthy motoring, friends. Peace, patience, and kindness always. And if you can do something to help someone else, you do it. You do it. Because when you help somebody else, you're helping yourself at the same time. We'll see you tomorrow morning for another Motormouth Morning Drive. Make it a great day. We're just around the corner from Fun Friday. Don't forget to get your questions in for Saturday's Q&A. I need them by noon on Friday, so do me a favor if you get those into my email box, niall@ccbusnet.com or motormouth.jenkins@gmail.com. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.